Hello, Shelley Betty here, and I've been asked to talk to you about fitness in primary PE, how we teach it, and what sort of things we should involve. Outline of discussion is as follows. We have an introduction from me, expectations of fitness and what it should look like, teaching examples, useful examples that you can reach outside and online in other sources, including websites, and a short summary. So fitness in the curriculum it varies in different schools. It's very different in secondary compared to primary. However, every school delivers fitness in its own special way. As part of the curriculum, through daily physical activity, some people use daily mile, and then through extra-curricular activities. What we need to ensure is that pupils are physically active for sustained periods of time. Lead healthy and active lifestyles. And for Key Stage 2, develop flexibility, strength, control, and balance. These are set out by the government, and they're very generic, which makes it hard for some people to understand how they can deliver fitness. What we could be doing. So we all know that over lockdown, there were lots of options for improving pupils' fitness, and it seemed to be the way that everyone was delivering PE, the whole-centered activity. Joe Wick's prime example got the whole nation going, okay, but wasn't necessarily a be-all and end-all of fitness. As an SSP, we produce such a wide variety of fitness activities and ideas, skills-based as well as exercise-based. There's nothing wrong with this or with Joe at all, but again, me as a practitioner, a little bit of time to reflect. And for one of my schools, I developed some basic online lesson ideas that could be adapted for you now as lesson plans. I personally have been using them in my lessons when I've been visiting schools as well, just adjusting the slides and doing some of the practical elements myself. We need to know the basic idea of fitness. There are actually 5 components of physical fitness. These are used across the board, taught at GCSE, but everyone uses them. So health clubs, fitness centres, and they show you what shape you actually are, how fit you are. There's cardiovascular endurance or stamina, muscular strength, okay, so how strong you are. Muscular endurance, that's how long you can keep going. Flexibility, which will help prevent injury and promote health. And the last one is body composition, which is something I don't believe we need to necessarily talk to primary children about. It is important, but it doesn't always capture their attention. Total fitness can be defined by how well the body performs in each one of these things. Okay, it's not good enough for someone to be completely fit if they can just lift, for instance, their own body weight. Okay, you also need to have good stamina. If you can be really strong, your flexibility tends to be lacking, so that will cause injury, as I said before. So total fitness is all of these things combined. We do have other elements to fitness. So as well as those 5 things, we have skill related. So you have agility, coordination, reaction time, so how quickly you can respond to something, balance, power, and speed. And they make up the components for good sportsman or woman. These elements are the ones that we can deliver these other elements through. And that's what I've tried to do in my little activity sessions that I run. What we could be doing. It's just as important for students to know why they're developing their fitness as it is to actually participate. And this makes them become lifelong participants. They need to understand in some way the effect that exercise has on their body, and more importantly, their minds in this day and age. On top of this, though, fitness needs to be for them fun and engaging. This is going to encourage them to try their hardest and work at their maximum. And that's when you see the real results. And that's when you get the positive feedback from them as individuals. I'm going to show you an example lesson. And as I will reiterate at the end of the session, this example is just one of 5 that I developed. And they're easily adjustable. So once you've got the template, you just have a search online and you can fill in the gaps where you need to. But this is just a broken down one. That can be delivered via PowerPoint, or you could do it live, so you could just literally deliver the things yourself. The activities are really simple, particularly in this first one, but they are very engaging. Some of the other ones have online videos with fun superhero stuff and challenges. They encourage pupils to think about how both their body and mind feel before, during, and after the session, which is really important. Okay, we want them to feel positive about what they've done, but we also want them to know about the effects. And as I said, other sessions include videos and interactive fitness activities. Okay, all of these are going to be accessible to you. So here we go. This is a start of an example PowerPoint. This got sent home, but I've adjusted it for lesson time. Did you know any type of activity is good for you? You should try your best to do at least 60 minutes of activity a day. There are so many fun activities you can do. So what I would do then is actually ask them to start telling me what they could do, what is active. So that could be anything from walking to school, playing at playtime, going to football club. So then I get them to start thinking about answering these questions. And again, this can be done as in general. You can get them to do little tick sheets, etc. But they're general questions. So I do more than 30 minutes of physical activity. I like playing games. When I play games, I like to get others to join in. You can get a real good picture of individuals from this. Other ones I've asked. I get out of breath when I play games. So you'd start asking them, why do you get out of breath? Okay, what do you think that means? I like learning new skills. I feel happy. I like to be active. All these questions give you a picture of their overall idea of fitness, their overall idea of their own fitness, and how they feel about exercise. So this PowerPoint that I'm showing you now is about stamina or cardiovascular endurance. I would use stamina with them. They seem to understand it. I give them a definition, the ability or strength to keep going. We need good stamina to do all sorts of activities. So we've already discussed them, so they should be fine, but you could do this on the board or type this up on your interactive board. So running non-stop, playing team games like football, swimming, playing in the garden, playing individual games, and walking, because they sometimes think that fitness has to be to do with sport, and it's not. It's about being fit for life. Then we'd move on to an activity. Now, this is a very simple one, and it's quite good because you can move around and have a look at them and see how they're doing. So this is a very easy thing to do. They just try each of the cards in pairs and groups on their own. Okay. All very achievable, but all get their heart going. And these are stamina-based activities because that's what we're looking at. The next thing is an activity they can do in pairs. They can do it as a group if you don't have enough. Coins, you just clean them down at the moment, pass them on. So it's really easy. Have this up on the screen, or give them little their own worksheets so they can keep a record of what they're doing. So basically, they flip a coin for each round and complete whatever it lands on. So if it's in round 1, heads, they'll do their swimming arm action. If it's tails, they do jumping jacks. Okay, round 2, heads would be bunny jumps. Tails would be sprint on the spot. And they do that for 30 seconds. And you can have a timer, or you can just let them get on with it. With the older ones, you just let them do it. Give them stopwatches, let them watch the clock, ask someone to count. I always add in a little bit of a challenge. So can they do the workout 3 times in their group, 4 times, gold? And then they feed back to me on how they did. And that also gives me an idea of their fitness level. Another one is an activity, and this is based for at home, but these can be done, some of them in classroom, or started in class and then asked to finish at home. So they just have to try and see how many they can do. So jump up and down in the space 40 times. That's easy, isn't it? But things like ride a bike or scooter, not so easy in school. But like I said, if they took it home, this continues, and then they can interact with their family and parents, etc., about fitness and why they're doing these things. And they can explain to them, oh yeah, we're working on stamina, so we need to do these challenges. Okay, and even better if they can get the family involved. These are from our Youth Sport Trust resources, which are really easy to get. They're just online, very simple to get, but links are available at the end of this. The other thing with that is you could put them up around the school and get people to do them at lunch and break times, or your young leaders at break time and stuff could encourage people to have a go at the bingo challenge. Just a thought. At the end of each session, I always like to ask them how they feel. It's the easiest way to describe it. So I get them to pick 3 emojis. They could try to explain to you, so you could do verbal feedback. But I always find this nice and simple. So that one is an exhausted one. We have I'm feeling strong, so they're feeling good about themselves. Happy, bit tired out, bit puffed, really exhausted, could go again, not really sure, like a superhero, always goes down well, loved it, and really tired. And what you do is you get them to think about it and then discuss with somebody next to them or with you if you've got a nice group why they feel like that. So why are they feeling all energized? Why are they feeling really tired? What have they done that makes them tired? And it just gets them to think about what stamina means. So that's an example of a session. But you don't just have to run it as a whole session. You can dip in and out of fitness. You don't have to do it as lessons. So I know people who do these things as sort of DPA. So there's loads of these superhero workout sessions online, literally loads. We have lots of them that we can access or give you access to through the SSCA. Okay, so the Spider-Man one is great. They literally have a go at Spider-Man training session. They're Superman, Batman. Of this, I've even seen Pokemon ones. So they're really, really good, but they just get them to think about what they're doing. Give them a choice. You could have 4 or 5 spread out around and say, right, what do you want to work on today? Oh, Spider-Man, let's go and do our agility training for Spider-Man. Okay. Again, Youth Sport Trust, they do these cards, they're challenges, but things like the Keep on the Move one, that's a real quick 60-second challenge that works on their stamina and shows them activity. And then you have things that are a little bit more detailed, like the periometer, so the Nando's challenge, which is quite entertaining. They just go through and have a go and try and complete the challenge, or as many as they can, to be honest with you. And then they see if they're mild fitness, they have mild to medium fitness, they're hot fitness, or they're extra hot fitness, and it just works on their stamina. Okay, and a lot of the time it works on muscular endurance. And there's loads of these around, loads of examples. These are just a variety for you to look at. Dartmoor SSP, over lockdown particularly, put a huge range of these fitness and skills-based videos online. You can still access them, they're all the time. So you can just literally put them up on the screen. In some cases, you need more space, but you could use them to inform your own planning. So Becky does quite a lot of a series of activities for agility and stuff. So watch it, figure out what she's doing, use her example, and then deliver to your class. The link's here, but if you just put in Dartmoor School Sports Partnership, and if you are specific and put in agility, it'll come up with videos for that. There are loads on there at the moment, and they're all really, really beneficial. Other examples. These things, they just have ways to make fitness fun. So I'm not going to read them all, but we've got Get Set for Tokyo, which is based around the Olympics, Super Movers, which is a really good one, the BBC one. Active Kids Do Better. We've already discussed Youth Sport Trust. They have loads of activities, cards, short and long. We have Fitness Blender. Okay, you choose on that one, it's quite interactive by degree of difficulty and type and gender, and also whether equipment is needed or not. So that can be done, especially if you have iPads. They log on and they pick their fitness activity. Okay, they're all fun, they're all interesting, and I have year 10 girls who are just not interested in doing activity, love things like that. But even simple things, if you're doing endurance, if you pick the right type of just dance video, you can show them how that can be based on stamina, because if it's fast enough and it's building up their heart rate, that's going to improve their stamina. That's it, not the longest session. Hopefully it's given you some ideas. All of this will be available to you through your SSCO. Just a quick plenary then. Everything we've looked at today is available from us. If you can't get it, feel free to contact me directly, and your SSCO can give you my details. Remember, the key is to make the sessions fun, engaging, and that everyone really wants to try, because that's when you get the most out of them. Use the resources that are out there, especially for practical elements. If you're not confident, there's no point in you reinventing the wheel when somebody else has done it. You can even just tweak what's there, but if nothing else, use what's out there already. Encourage the pupils to understand why they're looking at each of these elements and its benefits. All that's going to do is help them in the future, and it'll make your life easier because you can talk about it during core PE as well. Encourage the pupils to understand how their body and mind feel after exercise. We want them to have a positive experience. If you make it fun and engaging, and then get them to think about that and reflect on it, then they're going to, in turn, relate feeling good, feeling better about myself with exercise and fitness. So that's it. Thanks so much for listening. If you do have any questions, please get hold of me or speak to your SSCO. Thank you. Goodbye.